Hey guys, and welcome back to the JTO channel. And this is the big game, people. It's the big game. Chelsea versus Manchester City. Early kickoff time, 12:30 p.m. Saturday. Lunchtime kickoff, people. Yeah, this is the big one. You've obviously got Manchester City, who are right now fifth in the table with 10 points. If they lose tomorrow, they'll be 6 points behind league leaders, Chelsea Football Club, who are on 13 points, joint top with Liverpool and Manchester United, obviously. And it's a huge game for both teams. It's going to see where early in the season where both teams are. We're already seen. Well, we probably already know where Chelsea are right now. After especially the wins against like Tottenham, Arsenal, Aston Villa and Liverpool. Obviously, games that have not been great performances, but tactically during the games we've managed to sort ourselves out and just blitz the teams away. Manchester City, on the other hand, we all know they've had their issues with their strikers, but to be fair, they have scored, in 2 games, they had scored 5 goals each against Norwich and Arsenal, respectively. So, look, they are capable of scoring goals, but their nil-nil draw against Southampton recently does show that maybe they do need a striker. And I've been saying this for ages when it comes to Manchester City, yeah. Manchester City, look, they're a brilliant team. Grealish, Sterling, Mahrez, Foden, De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva, Gundogan, all these quality players that they have. Gabriel Jesus, these are quality players. Ferran Torres, these are great players. These are very good players. But they don't have a number 9. And I said there's going to be games this season where they're going to need that number 9. And that Southampton game just showed it. They had one shot on target that game. Shocking. Absolutely shocking. And tomorrow, I'm sorry, against this Chelsea defense with a false 9, I don't know if they're gonna really create that many chances against us. Don't get it twisted. It's Man City. They could just turn up and blitzer us 3-0 tomorrow. They actually could. They're actually one of the only teams in this league that could actually do that to us. Possibly. But because of Thomas Tuchel, because of our brilliant defense, it's going to be a tight game tomorrow. And I'm going to get into Thomas Tuchel's press conference. I'm going to give you a predicted lineup. I've already talked about Manchester City and, the fact that so many of their injuries are back, the fact that Laporte apparently back. Who else is back? Shinchenko is apparently back. Emerick Laporte, I think I already said him. I think Gundogan was out injured at some point. Obviously, De Bruyne and Foden have just recently came back as well. Like, they've had a couple bad injuries recently, and all of a sudden, all their players are back in training. So it looks like they could have a fully fit squad for the game against us, which is fine by me. I'd like that. I don't want no excuses from no Man City fans, which I've been seeing a lot in the 3 times that we beat them. And the question is, can we do it 4 times? We'll see, and I'll give you tactically my thoughts later on into the video. But yeah, Thomas Tuchel's press conference. Obviously, first of all, he talked about injury news, and obviously, Christian Pulisic is still out, which is a bit frustrating. I was hoping he could have been back for this weekend's game, but he's not. I'm hoping he's back for next week, possibly. If he's not back for this game, he probably won't be back for Juve. I'll be surprised if somehow he travelled, to be honest, with the squad, but it is what it is on that perspective. Edouard Mendy is fit, people. Edouard Mendy is fit. He did train with the team today, and he is going to be playing tomorrow. Thomas Tuchel already confirmed he is going to start the game. So yeah, that's very, very good news. Look, I trust you, Kepa, but hey, if the number 1 keeper's back, he's back, and he's going to play. It's as simple as that, innit? So yeah, that's really good news. And unfortunately, Mason Mount, for the first time ever since he's obviously played for Chelsea consistently, is gonna miss this game due to an injury. Mason Mount is injured, people. I can't believe it. Wow. I mean, to be honest, with the amount of games this guy's played, yeah, he's already played over 100 games for this club. Over the last year, he's played 80 games for club and country. Yeah, he's so consistent in his performances. No wonder recently, it's just gone a bit down. Do you understand? And some of his worst performances have come this season, which doesn't surprise me in a way, because obviously maybe could be due to fatigue. He had a 3-week holiday, but who knows what it is. But to be honest, he suffered a minor injury against Aston Villa, surprisingly, despite taking a penalty. So yeah, that's a bit surprising. But yeah, Mason Mount is out tomorrow, and Thomas Tuchel said in his press conference whether that could change things against Man City, and he said yes and no, because of the fact that we probably will play this. We play the same way, whoever's on the pitch, but Mason Mount is very important to the way we play. So it's a bit like, do you know what I'm saying? And he also talked about how we will look into Manchester City, but we will play our own game because that's what Thomas Tuchel likes to do. He likes to look into other teams' tactics. You know, what their strengths, what are their weaknesses, how can we exploit them? You know, make sure we actually do beat them and it works out tactically and all of that stuff tomorrow night. And it's going to be an interesting game, people. You know, it's over the last 3 games. Thomas Tuchel did say, you know, it's been 50-50s. Yes, we've beaten them every single time in those like 3 times, but it's still been a very, very close game. You know, in terms of tactically, you look at the FA Cup semi-final. We had more possession than them in that game, even though they played a second-string team. You look at again the second time we played them under Thomas Tuchel. The possession was it was more 50-50. It was more of a close game. We went 1-0 down. We had to come back 2-1. They changed formation, you know. And then in the Champions League final, because we went 1-0 up to their strongest team, we sat back and, you know. So tactically, I think in all 3 games, I think it's been a bit different. Obviously, counter-attacks have been involved in all of them. But to be fair, we had different circumstances for every single one, if you know what I mean. Like, in the second game, especially when we won 2-1, we went 1-0 down and we had to control the game. And Pep was sitting back and we managed to break them down. We pressed them well and we got the 2 goals. In the final, we at times controlled possession and then we scored the goal, but then we sat back and let them have the ball. And in the first game, it was like, because we probably had better players on the pitch, considering it was their second string team, you know, we controlled possession throughout the whole game comfortably and they barely created any chances. So as much as it's always been tight, the result and even the games itself, tactically it's always been different. So I do wonder tomorrow how it will go. And I think it will go the same way as the Champions League final. But I think we're going to win by a certain scoreline, which I will do later on. But yeah, guys, before I continue waffling, let's just get into the starting 11. I'm 7 minutes into this video. In goal, Edouard Mendy. Simple as that. Pretty easy. Move on to the back 3. Big game players these guys are. Right centre back, Azpilicueta plays for me. Ooh, actually, no. No. Christensen starts at right centre back, actually. Yep, I'm going to play Christensen right centre back. I'm going to play Thiago Silva in the middle centre back. And I'm going to play Antonio Rudiger left-sided centre back. Christensen, if Christensen had been involved against, what's their names? Aston Villa, I would have said he wouldn't have started this game. But the fact that he actually got a whole rest, he was at home. Rudiger was at home. He obviously got the rest. Deservedly, he will play. Thiago Silva was on the bench but didn't come on. And I think those 3 will continue to play together. Reece James, you know, he did play 90 against Villa, so it could be like, okay. He does have the capabilities to play 90 against Man City. But I think because he's the captain, because he's the leader, because he's so good in big games as well, Azpilicueta for me is going to play right wing back Christensen, Thiago Silva and Rudiger, and left wing back will be Marcos Alonso. I think that will be the back 5. Just because it's a big game, those 3 centre backs, I mean, it's hard to drop any of them. They've all been absolutely fantastic. It's a bit like I'm going to get into the midfield and why, again, Mason Mount's injury sort of now tells me which midfield I'm going to play, if you know what I'm saying. I think you're going to know in a minute, but yeah, let's just move on to that real quickly. The midfield 3, Kovacic, Jorginho and Kante. Same reasons as the other 3. I mean, when you look at the back 3, Christensen's been on amazing form. Rudiger's important to the way we play, and Thiago Silva's vast experience and qualities like on the ball, his leadership and stuff like that is very important for our team. You look at our 3 midfielders. Kante is Kante. In big games, this guy is the best player on the pitch by a mile, and he always turns up against Manchester City. Jorginho, very, very important to the way we play in terms of like, you know, his he may not be the quickest, he may not be the strongest, but you know what? Up here, he's clever. He's very, very clever. He knows when to move the ball quickly, not quickly. Take your time, maybe not. If you have to pass it backwards, forwards, sideways, all of that stuff, it all has a purpose to it, yeah? And his passing is just very key to the way we'd want to play tomorrow and, you know, his dictatorship and the tempo of the game that we potentially do play tomorrow. And Kovacic is the same reason as Christensen. They've just been in great form. How can you drop them? Like, how? You can't. And the fact that Mason Mount is injured makes this decision even a lot easier to play Kovacic, Jorginho and Kante. If Mason Mount was actually fit for the game, it would have been a lot harder for me to decide, to be fair. But I think those 3 all deserve to play. And plus, to be honest, none of our attackers have been firing, whilst our midfielders have been firing. Those 3, plus even a Ruben Loftus-Cheek, they've all been good recently, do you understand? And the likes of Ziyech, hasn't been great. Hudson-Odoi hasn't been great. Pulisic's out injured. Mason Mount injured. And Timo Werner, you either start him or if we're winning the game, you bring him on. Simple as that. And speaking of the forward line, the front two for me, I'd play Kai Havertz and Romelu Lukaku. Kai Havertz can act as that German ghost, a hybrid. Whatever Lukaku, doesn't pick up, he'll be there to pick it up. He's sort of the difference. He's sort of a mixture between a 10 and a number 9 and a false 9 in a way because he's got the qualities to do all three roles with his creativity, his goal scoring threat as well. The fact aerially he's very good on the ball. He's got skill, he's got good dribbling and stuff like that. He can find passes and stuff like that. And he'll pick up centre forward positions in which maybe if Lukaku's running down the channels, Kai Havertz can take up that centre forward position, get himself in positions to try and score the goals. And like I said, Lukaku's going to be next to him because he's going to be the difference maker for me. And yeah, that's really it on the lineup. I mean, there's not really much to explain as to why Lukaku should start. He is going to start. We're going to need him for tomorrow's game, And I think tomorrow we're going to beat them by a comfortable more scoreline. And I'm going to go with a 2-0 win, people. The reason I'm going to go with a 2-0 win, yeah, is because I think tactically, Thomas Tuchel's going to have him for the fourth time. And I do think we're going to have beat him for the fourth time. Why? Though I think this game will go the exact same way it did in the Champions League final, but we're going to be more clinical. And because we have Lukaku, I think we're going to score in the first half. I think we're going to break them down. I think we're going to play it out from the back, maybe go long at one point, break their press because I've watched that Champions League final many, many times against their best team, yeah? The amount of times we broke that press, I'm sorry. We should have scored more in that first half. Yeah, and they probably should have bagged, but we were so good defensively. It's just for them, we weren't. It's just when we attacked them, it wasn't their defense being good, it was us not being clinical. But when they attacked us, it was our defense being so good to the point where Mendy didn't even have to make a huge save. No, exactly. Edison had to make simple saves because we made it easy for him. Do you get what I'm trying to say here? So I think we're going to score in the first half. I think it's going to be a Havertz goal. I think Havertz is going to once again score in the first half. And then I think that whole second half, we're going to sit back. Yeah? I think we're going to sit back and we're going to go on the counter. And when we go on that counter attack, Lukaku only needs one chance. And I think he's going to bury it. And I think he's going to seal this game off for us in a 2-0 win. I'm not going to say 3-4-0. It's sort of disrespecting Man City. I just hope tomorrow, if it's going to be that scoreline, then that means we created a bunch load of chances. And I hope tomorrow, in terms of chance creation, in terms of creativity, it's a lot better than in the Champions League final. Because in the Champions League final, man, the creativity and the chance creation, and when we had a shot on goal, it should have been a lot better because we broke their press so many times. And I think tomorrow we're going to do the exact same thing in the first half. We're going to break their press a lot of times, yeah, and get through it. And let's just hope we are clinical up front because Edison is a good goalkeeper. And Man City, Ruben Diaz is still a decent centre-back. Do you understand? For them, look, it's going to have to take a lot for them to even get Mendy to pull off a world-class save. I'm sorry. It's going to have to take a lot for them because they got to get past our defence first. And I'm sorry, with Rudiger, Thiago Silva and Christensen, honestly, yes, they have Sterling. He hasn't been in great form. Foden just came back. De Bruyne just came back. Grealish is in good form, though. He's going to be very dangerous, and he could be the difference maker for them tomorrow. I was thinking if Jack Grealish was maybe in the Champions League final for Man City, who knows what would have happened because he's a different player to the rest of them. He likes to dribble, he likes to draw fouls, you know what I'm saying? Create a moment of brilliance, and I think he has the capabilities to do that. So we'll see tomorrow, people. Tell me your score prediction down below. Tell me your lineup prediction as well. And yeah, guys, if you did enjoy, please like, comment, subscribe, turn those post notifications, and yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow when I make my match review, and hopefully when we beaten them, and player ratings when I'm dashing out 8, 9s, and 10s to all of our players. So yeah, guys, I'll see you guys then. Peace.